Welcome to the new video. Today, let's see some questions and answers related to Constitution. Who was the chairman of the drafting committee of the Indian Constitution? Jawaharlal Nehru, B.R. Ambedkar, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Sardar Patel. Who was the chairman of the drafting committee of the Indian Constitution? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. When did the Constituent Assembly first meet? 26 January 1950, 9th December 1946, 26 November 1949, 13th December 1946. Constituent Assembly first met in December 9, 1946. The objective resolution was moved by whom in the Constituent Assembly? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Vallabhai Patel. Objective resolution was moved by Jawaharlal Nehru. How long did it take for the Constituent Assembly to frame the Constitution? 2 years, 11 months, and 18 days. 3 years, 1 year, 6 months, and 10 days. 2 years, 7 months, and 18 days. How long did it take for the Constituent Assembly to frame the Constitution? 2 years, 11 months, and 18 days. The Indian Constitution was adopted by the Constituent Assembly on 26 January 1950, 15th August 1947, 26 November 1949, 9th December 1946. The Indian Constitution was adopted by the Constituent Assembly on November 26, 1949. November 26 is Constitution Day. Who was the temporary chairman of the Constituent Assembly? Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Dr. Sachidananda Sinha, H.C. Mukherjee, B.N. Rao. Who was the temporary chairman of the Constituent Assembly? Dr. Sachidananda Sinha. Which of these was a key member and advocated for the rights of scheduled caste during the debates? Mahatma Gandhi, Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Patel, B.R. Ambedkar. Who advocated for the rights of scheduled caste? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar. What was the initial total membership of the Constituent Assembly? 389, 299, 300, 395. The initial total membership of the Constituent Assembly is 389 members. Who was the constitutional advisor to the Constituent Assembly? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, B.N. Rao, T.T. Krishnanamachari, K.M. Munshi. Who was the constitutional advisor to the Constituent Assembly? B.N. Rao. When did the Constitution of India come into force? 26 November 1949, 9th December 1946, 24th January 1950, 26 January 1950. When did the Constitution of India come into force? 26 January 1950. The term secular was added to the preamble through which constitutional amendment? 44th Amendment, 24th Amendment, 42nd Amendment, 52nd Amendment. The term secular was added to the preamble through 42nd Amendment. The preamble is described as the identity card of the Constitution by whom? Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, K.M. Munshi, N.A. Palkiwala, Jawaharlal Nehru. The preamble is described as the identity card of the Constitution by N.A. Palkiwala. According to the preamble, The ultimate source of authority for the Constitution is the Parliament, the President, the Supreme Court, the people of India. The ultimate source of authority for the Constitution is the people of India. Till now, the preamble of Constitution of India has been amended for how many times? Never, once, twice, thrice. How many times amended the preamble of the Constitution? Only once. The three words liberty, equality, and fraternity mentioned in our preamble to the Constitution have been taken from American Civil War, Russian Revolution, French Revolution, German Revolution. Liberty, equality, fraternity taken from French Revolution. Which of the following statements is not true? The date of implementation of the Indian Constitution is November 26, 1949. The secular word was added by the 42nd Constitutional Amendment. The 42nd Constitutional Amendment was done in 1976. Social, economic, and political justice has been taken from the Russian Revolution in the Indian Constitution. Which of the following statements is not true? See the first one. The date of implementation of the Indian Constitution is November 26, 1949. That is not true. The date of implementation of the Indian Constitution is January 26, 1950. Other three are correct. Secular added in the 42nd Amendment. 42nd Amendment was in 1976. Social, economic, and political justice has been taken from the Russian Revolution. Next question. What is the true meaning of secular? What is the meaning of the word secular? All religions are equal in the eyes of the government. Special importance to a religion related to minorities. One religion is promoted by the government. None of the following. What is the meaning of secular? All religions are equal in the eyes of the government. The preamble of the Indian Constitution starts with the phrase. The preamble of the Indian Constitution starts with the phrase, "We the people of India, in the name of God, India a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic to secure to all its citizens." How the preamble begins? "We the people of India." The preamble of the Indian Constitution was adopted on. Now we already told that 26 January 1950, 26 November 1949, 15th August 1949, 9th December 1946. The preamble of the Indian Constitution was adopted on 26 November 1949. The preamble of the Indian Constitution reflects the influence of which historical document? The United States Constitution, the Magna Carta, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, the Indian Independence Act 1947. Preamble of the Indian Constitution reflects the United States Constitution. The fundamental duties are mentioned in Part 4A, Part 4, Part 3 in Schedule 4A. The fundamental duties are mentioned in Part 4A. Which of the following article of the Indian Constitution contains fundamental duties? 45A, 51A, 42, 30B. Which of the following article of the Indian Constitution contains fundamental duties? Article 51A. Which of the following are fundamental duties? Safeguarding public property, protecting the sovereignty, integrity, and unity of India, developing scientific temper and humanism, all the above. Which of the following are fundamental duties? All the above. All others are fundamental duties. Which of the following article of the Indian Constitution contains the right to religious freedom? Article 25 to 28, Article 29 to 30, Article 32 to 35, Articles 23 to 24. Which of the following article of the Indian Constitution contains right to religious freedom? Article 25 to 28. Which fundamental rights cannot be suspended even during an emergency? Fundamental rights can be suspended during an emergency. Which fundamental right cannot be suspended even during the emergency? Right to speech, right to religion, right to equality, right to life and personal liberty. Right to life and personal liberty is the answer. Which of the following article of the Indian Constitution guarantees equality before the law and equal protection of law within the territory of India? 15, 14, 17, 18. 14 is the answer. Which article of the Indian Constitution abolishes untouchability? Untouchability was abolished by which article? Article 18, Article 15, Article 14, Article 17. Article 17. The fundamental duties were included in the Constitution of India by which of the following Amendment Act? Through which act fundamental duties were included? 14th Amendment Act, 44th Amendment Act, 43rd Amendment Act, 42nd Amendment Act. Correct answer, 42nd Amendment Act. The Indian Constitution was adopted by the Constituent Assembly on which date? When was Indian Constitution adopted? January 26, 1949, November 26, 1949, January 26, 1950, November 26, 1950. Correct answer, November 26, 1949. This already we told. So Indian Constitution came into force on 26 January 1950. It was adopted on November 26, 1949. The right to property was originally a fundamental right, but was removed by which constitutional amendment? Right to property was removed through which amendment? 42nd Amendment, 44th Amendment, 46th Amendment, 52nd Amendment. 44th Amendment, right to property was removed. Which article provides the right to education? Article 21A, Article 19, Article 15, Article 25. Right to education. Article 21A. Directive Principles of State Policy. DPSP. Directive Principles of State Policy are enshrined in which part of the Constitution? Part 3, Part 4, Part 5, Part 6. Part 4. Fundamental rights are enshrined in Part 3. Fundamental duties, Part 4A. Directive principles, Part 4. The right to constitutional remedies is guaranteed under which article? Article 19, Article 32, Article 21, Article 14. Article 32. The fundamental duty to protect and improve the natural environment is under which article? Article 51 AG, Article 19, Article 25, Article 15. Fundamental duty to protect and improve the natural environment, Article 51 AG. Which directive principles aims at securing a uniform civil code for all Indians, all citizens? Article 44, Article 45, Article 46, Article 48. Which directive principles aims at securing a uniform civil code? Article 44. The directive principles of state policy under the Constitution of India aimed at creating a secular society, socialist society, welfare state, egalitarian state. Answer, welfare state. The maximum number of members of Lok Sabha has been fixed by the Constitution of India. 532, 589, 552, 534. The maximum number of members of Lok Sabha, 552. What is the meaning of social equality in the Indian Constitution? Lack of opportunities, lack of equality, equal opportunities for all sections of the societies, none of the following. Equal opportunities for all sections of the societies. Which article of the Constitution of India abolishes untouchability and forbids its practice in any form? This already we told. Article 17 abolishes untouchability. The original Constitution of India was handwritten by Prem Bihari Narain Raizada, B.R. Ambedkar, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. The original Constitution of India was handwritten by Prem Bihari Narain Raizada is the correct answer. Which of the following is a fundamental right? Right to property, right to freedom, right to work, right to education. Correct answer, right to freedom. There are 6 fundamental rights: right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational right to constitutional remedies. Right to constitutional remedies is associated with which leader? This also we told. Right to constitutional remedies, Article 32. Gandhi, Ambedkar, Jawaharlal Nehru, Rajendra Prasad. Answer, B.R. Ambedkar. Ambedkar called this article as heart and soul of the Constitution. Which of the following is not a fundamental duty? To protect public property, to uphold and protect the sovereignty of India, to vote in election, to promote harmony and brotherhood, which is not a fundamental duty? To vote in election.